Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone. I would like to regale my most recent date that I've taken. So I'd say for the past 2 years, like really since moving back to the United States proper, I've kind of been not dating. Mainly because where I live in the South, it's just not really easy for a person like me. I guess in the South, I would probably be described as like pretty meek and mild, which doesn't really gel with most people down here. Although I was, making a nice little killing when I lived in the Pacific Northwest, but that's neither here nor is it there. But I decided, like, you know what? Let me take some time and let me deal with the dumpster fire that is dating applications and let me, find a date. Like, let me at least practice being on like a scheduled date with another person because sometimes you worry, like, am I losing social skills because I've just been chilling by myself for so long? So, like, I had to go and check it. And so I did the whole Hinge thing. Talked with someone for like 2 weeks and was like, you know what? This one sounds pretty decent. Like, she sounds like she's got a good head about her. So, like, let's go meet for some brunch. And we went to go get brunch. And for like a little bit of backstory, I like to prioritize dating people who don't have children because I've dealt with that a couple of times and it just like it's not that I'm an uncaring person. It's just that like these aren't my children, these are not my responsibility. And the amount of work that you have to put in, considering that this person has children, to me gets to the point where it's just like way too much work and not enough reward. And so I'm just like, you know what? Let me just not do this. Um, I feel like my exception would be like if they are young children, like I don't know, like probably younger than like 4 or something. That way you can actually like bond with the kid and become a part of their life. Where if they're like a teenager, you're probably just some other guy who's vying for attention from their parent and their only parent. So there's probably going to be some beef between you two, whether it's spoken or not. And even worse if there's multiple of them. But I digress. So I meet this woman for brunch and like conversation's good. She's kind of like a fiery sort of. I mean, she was a redhead, so that kind of explains part of it, I suppose. But was, very dedicated to her job. She worked for a local politician and she was like, I'm really good at my job. I've been there for years. And, it's something that she was very, very passionate about. And I'm like, that's super duper cool. And then, we talk more and more and have some drinks, eat some brunch. Like, things are really chill. And then towards the end, she's like, oh, I've got to let you know something. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I do have kids. And I'm like, eh? Like, I feel like that's something that you should probably start with. Like, you should probably just let me know that you have kids off the bat, either through a message or through the application itself, because it will ask you if you have kids and you can choose not to answer. But I predict that most people who choose not to answer just don't want to do it because they don't have kids and they don't feel the necessity to answer that question. Not that you're trying to hide it from someone. And even though I liked this person, like I was already before they said this, I was already envisioning myself like going on a second date with them. But once they told me that, I just there was so much doubt because I'm thinking like, okay, what other large amounts of information have you been withholding from me this entire time? Because I've been doing my best to be entirely forthright and like answer all questions like as genuinely as I possibly can. And there is a huge part of your life that you've just been withholding from me because it probably makes things more convenient. And I chose not to text or talk to her anymore. Like I gave her the good old ghost because I was like, I don't even know if I can trust you. Like that's just it. I don't know if I can trust you. And if dating isn't based off of trust, then what is it based off of?